Look at this lovely machine. Turbo brick. And looks good, right? Light blue. Boxy. As, I don't know, the good Swedish automotive lords intended. And so quick story time with this thing. I bought this thing not necessarily because I wanted it, but because it was going to go to the wrecker, because it's got a past. And I thought it needed to be rescued. So let's talk about it. Let's kind of go over it. It's a 1989 Volvo 740 Turbo. As I said, turbo brick. It's an automatic. It has, 262,000 miles on it. It has a salvage title. And because of those 2 points, 262,000 miles and a salvage title, nobody wanted it. It was donated to a charity partner of mine, who I help sell some of their cars, largely on Cars and Bids. And while it's very cool and it runs really well, you know, they couldn't find a home for it. Nobody wanted to buy it. So it was running out of time, and it was going to go to the salvage auction, which is where good cars go to die. Because somebody would have looked at this and said, automatic Volvo, 262,000 miles and a salvage title, I'll give you $300 for it. And then it would have gotten crushed or parted out or gotten bought by pick and pull or the like. And I drove it, and it drives really, really well. This car's in really good shape. There's a ton of life left in it. It's objectively a cool thing. And so to keep it from the clutches of the world of salvage auctions, I purchased it. Now, I don't need a car. I have way too many cars. I just sold my 2000 Suzuki Vitara, which is great. Got that one down the road, and I immediately, within the same week, brought this thing home. And so I have too many strays that I've brought home, and so I need to sell this thing. I just got the title in the mail. So let's go around it, because this is not a car I bought to make money. It's not a car that I bought for any other reason other than helping out my charity partner so they can get some actual money for it, for their charity and for the person who donated this car, and also to keep it on the road. Because I felt strongly that if it went to Copart, it was going to go off the road forever. So, what all is wrong with it outside of the mileage and the salvage title, which I'm pretty sure I know why it's salvage. We'll check that out. Ticky-tack stuff, right? Oh yeah, it's got some rock chips. Great. It's got some minor imperfections here on the bumper. Really minor stuff, right? Certainly nothing you care about on this car. This is a driver fun car. This would make a killer, baby's first enthusiast car. Because it's going to be cheap. It drives really well. These are pretty damn reliable. And they're pretty damn easy to work on. I just got it a quick wash and then immediately drove it through a giant mud puddle for my photo shoot. So, pardon the dust, if you will. There's a door ding. There's a scuff on a mirror. There is lots of clear coat on the sunroof. Kind of strange, it's just the sunroof. Now there is some clear coat damage in some spots. That's like bird droppings. Some more of that over here. But remarkably straight car for the age and for the mileage. Now I said I think I know why it was salvaged. I'm pretty confident. Actually, I know. This car's been hit in the rear. It's been repaired, and they did a fair enough job on it. I don't know when it was rear-ended. I don't know how it was rear-ended. But I can tell you, kind of going over it, like if you look here, pardon my shadow, if you look here, there's a really subtle buckle. And if you look here, there's another really subtle buckle. Now the trunk lid looks pretty good. This rear body panel looks pretty darn good. Sorry, I've got this new toy, this gimbal-y guy, and yeah, I don't really know how to use it just yet. So if this video is a little clunky and it's like a little, I'm talking about something right here and the camera's over here, that's user error. So bear with me. You know, there's less buckling on this side. Like there's almost nothing there. There's really a tiny bit. There's a tiny, tiny, tiny buckle here. But let's look in the trunk. Because look, if you look at the trunk here, around this, a little bit of signs of paintwork. We open our trunk. Ignore my camera gear. If you look at the trunk lid here, you can see there's some kind of hammer marks, some broken paint. So somebody's done some work. You know, they didn't replace this trunk lid, so it wasn't completely destroyed. No major buckling around here. So it got hit, but not super hard. And if we look, this might be hard to get at my fancy pants new gimbal here. But if we look at the rear body panel, by the way, it does come with a sick Alpine sub. If we look at our rear body panel here, you can see it's been kind of smacked back into place. There's some hammer marks on it. Nothing crazy. If we look down here, you can see that bracket was bent and they kind of pushed it back into place. Tiny bit of surface rust. Kind of some superfluous sheet metal screws. Not sure what that's about. On the other side is license plate, so I don't really know what that's about. But, you know, we look down here, it's all above the frame rail. So the frame's good. It just got bumped in this rear body panel. They hammered it back out. Pretty confident this is why it was salvaged. Got rear-ended. Car isn't worth a ton of money. And bodywork here in the San Francisco Bay Area. Some of the highest labor rates in the nation for getting work done. So, you know, well over $100 an hour for bodywork here. At least now. I don't know when this was hit. But it's been at least close to $100 an hour for a long time. So, not counting paint, materials. You know, if somebody said, oh, we need to replace this rear body panel, totaled. Oh, we need to replace this trunk lid, totaled. So that's why there's an imperfect repair, because somebody obviously has really cared for this car. There's a lot of effort and money put into it, keeping it this nice after 250,000 miles. Let's check out the interior while we discuss. And if you put that much money into a car, and you care for it, you're buying it back and you're fixing it to the best of your ability, or having it repaired for whatever money probably the insurance company gave them for the total loss. And here we are. But that doesn't mean the car's not good. It means it was good enough that somebody has maintained it and kept after it, but also wanted to keep it after it got hit. And I wanted to keep it on the road, so here we are. Leather. I haven't pulled all this up. I'm assuming it's torn. You can kind of see here this tape is pulled back. It's worn through, as one would expect with the mileage. But that's it. There's really not a whole lot left to talk about on this interior. It's quite nice. Carpet's good. Again, I went through a mud puddle, so I got some dirt on the mat there. The carpet underneath, again, dirty, but good. We've got, we'll start it here in a second, but we have some cracks on the dash. If you're into these cars, you know that's super, super, super typical. Plastics like to crack on the interiors on these. And considering the mileage, again, not that this is a wear item by miles, but out here in California, they actually usually look a little bit worse than this. So that's like slightly better than typical. I mentioned the stereo. It's got this upgraded Alpine in it. I think the speakers are upgraded too, if you look in here. That doesn't look factory. And then it's got the subwoofer. So somebody put big money into the stereo. I think this is from like 2004, 2005. So it's a 20-year-old system. It sounds really good. Not that it's valuable, but it sounds great and it all works. AC does not blow cold. We'll kick it on in a minute. But before we start the car, it does have heated seats. I feel like the driver's one sort of works. Maybe it's psychosomatic. I put it on and I feel like it's barely working. It effectively doesn't work though. So I would not count on this saving your bacon if you're really cold in a, frozen tundra. Windows all go up and down. Sunroof works. All of that works. Door panels are pretty good. This driver's one's got a crack down here. Again, this is very hard plastic and it's very old hard plastic, so those tend to crack, and that one has. Let's start it. Listen to the engine, then we'll go for a drive. So this guy here, the little, you can see there's like a little plastic guy that actually shows what, what the various error lights are. It's there, it's just kind of fallen down and is no longer accessible. So like if you turn your high beams on, it's just a bulb. It doesn't actually say high beams, right? If you turn your parking brake on, there you go. So, worth noting, but 262,000 miles to be expected. Windows. Power windows. They go down. There's the rears. Da, 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 da. And then they go up. Importantly, they go up. We've got mirrors. Kind of noisy. But they are powered and they function. HVAC works. AC does not blow cold. Heater heats, I will say, on cold mornings when I've run it, put it on defrost, it starts to fog up the windows a little bit. And so I don't know if that means that there's a slight heater core issue. Maybe the heater core is sweating a little bit. It's got a tiny leak and that's putting moisture in the air and fogging the windows up. Certainly a possibility at this age and mileage. So I've kind of avoided using it. I haven't, I've driven a car 70 miles and it's been great to drive, but that was something I noted. That would be the one issue I would really try and pin down if you're using this thing when it's cold. It might not even be a non-issue. It might just, I don't know. There might be something else going on, but I did notice that. Stereo. Sounds really good. We got a sunroof. Let's check it out. There's the tilt function. He tried to show. Da, 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 da. Look at that blue sky. We'll pop the hood. One other thing. The dome light. The headliner's not sagging, which is, I've had one of these in the past. The headliner was super sagging. Kind of a common thing. Headliner's great on this car. But the dome light, it likes to hang like that. You can pop it back up. It'll stay like that for a little bit, and then it falls back down. Okay, let's pop the hood. We'll check out the back seats and all that real quick, and then we'll go for a drive. If you've made it this long, congratulations. I did not intend this to be a nearly 20-minute video on a relatively inexpensive car. But I've got a soft spot for it. I'm trying to save it. I'm trying to show all the good, the bad, and the ugly here. Here we go. Idling along. It seems pretty tight. It runs really well. It passed smog with just outrageously clean numbers. I did notice under here, there is a little bit of an oil leak. I mean, it looks pretty damp, and I'm assuming it's oil. You kind of see it down here. A little shiny. So we're leaking a fair bit of oil there. It's not spurting out, but it's noteworthy. There'll probably be about a nickel-sized drop under it by the time we're done, you know, the 15 plus 20 minutes that we're recording this. It's had a timing belt once upon a time, and that's not a pun, it's just once it's been done. It looks like it says 151,000 miles and 2004. So if that's the last time it was done, it's certainly due. Also, I think there's supposed to be a front air dam under here, right? With fog lights? It's gone. I don't see it. So that guy's missing. That's of note. Passenger seat. Looks good. Back seat. Looks good. Those are my Bluetooth headphones. Ignore those. You know, we've already seen in the trunk. The car's remarkably rust-free. It's got current tags. The tires are good. They are no-name brand tires, but they got a ton of tread. And I don't see a date code. Maybe they're on the inside. So I'm not sure how old they are, but they look really good. A little dent here and here on this dog leg. Very easy to overlook. But let's go drive it down this twisty road. See how it drives. And I'll tell you right now, it drives really well. And yeah, that's it. All right, come along, won't you? All right, let's drive the quarter million mile, he tried to say, Volvo 740 Turbo. Why, hello, puppy. That's it. That is why I bought this car, because despite having 262,000 miles on it, and despite it having a salvage title, and it was going to go to the wrecker, going to go to a salvage yard, and I couldn't let that happen because it just drives too damn well. Steering is tight, suspension feels really good, there's nothing loose and rattling, nothing feels worn out. The brakes feel really good. There's so much life left in this car that it really just kind of needed, it needs more opportunity to be driven and for somebody to enjoy it. So that's kind of it. Thanks for checking out this video. I'm hoping I can get it sold to someone who has more time for it than I do. So any true Volvo heads out there, get a hold of me. If you want to buy it, great. If you've seen this, hopefully in the first week, you'll have a chance to do that. If it's been longer than a week, hopefully I've already found it a good home by now, so strike while the iron is hot. Yeah, but, you know, maybe what I'll do is I'll edit the description once I've sold it, just to let people, you know, let people know what I sold it for. Because it's not worth a ton of money because of its history, but it drives like a really cool, good, vintage thing, sedan. So that's it. I can talk about it all day, but you've got better things to do than listen to me ramble on about a salvage title Volvo. So thanks for watching. I appreciate it. And yeah, that's it. All right. Thanks, friends.